this is Devin
and Aaron
from Cavity Colors, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
There's one thing that bothers me. Why did you tell Brian that I was your fuck buddy?
I didn't tell him that. I didn't say that.
And when did you stop caring, David?
Caring about what?
About the consequences of the promises that you've made.
Promises?
Yeah, the promises.
I thought... Get the fuck. What are you talking about?
Do you understand how hard it is to pretend to be your buddy? David, I love you. I fucking love you. I fucking love you! Fuck!
Hey. Whoa! Don't do this.
You fucked me 4 times the other night, David. You've been inside me.
Julie.
I swallowed your cum. That means something.
Slow down.
4 times. It means something, David. 4 times.
Stop the car.
This is 24 hours a day. I live with this aching possibility that you might call me to do something.
Let's go to your house and we'll talk this out. I want to see where you live. Let's just slow down. I want you to stop the car, Julie. I want you to stop the car!
Don't you know that when you sleep with someone, your body makes a promise whether you do or not? Tell me something, David. I mean, do you believe in God?
What are you doing? Okay, I love you. I love you.
Hi friends, and welcome back to Drop the Mic, a San Diego podcast. We are your hosts, Diego Luna, James Warney, and I, the Swan. This is episode 114, The Sky's the Limit, and tonight we revisit 2001's Vanilla Sky, courtesy of our own Diego. Nice. But before we take that roller coaster ride once again, let's get into some pop culture news.
Oh yeah,
for the week.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
Alright, James, let's throw it back to you.
Alright, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with this actor. He's huge on Netflix right now in every kind of romantic comedy movie, teen heartthrob. His name's Noah Centineo, or Centineo, whatever. He's in To All the Boys I've Loved and The Perfect Date or something like that.
Okay.
He is going to be our new He-Man for the Masters of the Universe. That's all. I guess a month ago this was kind of news and nothing was confirmed, but he personally confirmed it on his Instagram the other day.
Okay.
So he's going to be our new
He-Man.
New He-Man, yeah.
Wow.
The power.
Pretty interesting. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not...
What year is this again?
The movie.
No, I was just kidding.
Alright, what else do we got? So, some pretty interesting news that dropped this week. Robert Pattinson is the new Batman. He's been cast as the new Batman in Matt Reeves' The Batman. What are your guys' take on this? Do you think it's good for it? Thoughts when you first heard this?
When I first saw it, I kind of... honestly, I'm against the popular belief that he's not going to be a good Batman. I believe he will be a good Batman. He could definitely, I feel, is going to play a good Bruce Wayne, a younger Bruce Wayne, and he's going to be good, man. I mean, this is what this is the thing, and about the fans a lot.
Yeah,
is that we complain about, oh, we don't get this, we don't get that, or why is this guy? But you know, it's like the same thing with Ben Affleck, dude. We were fucking complaining like when Ben Affleck got fucking cast, and then we're like, oh, why is Ben Affleck leaving Batman? He
There's
did good.
Tons of people against him, and then when the news came out that he's leaving, people are like, why the fuck is he? It's the same people 6 years ago who were like, why is he Batman? Now are like, why can't you just say Batman? And I think that's pretty funny how back and forth the fan, not really fanboys, but just fans in general of these heroes are they kind of they jump back and forth.
Yeah,
and they're kind of really
it's getting annoying.
Yeah,
it's getting annoying because he's a tremendous actor, dude.
The only thing I keep hearing about him is like, oh, the guy from Twilight, and that's all people recognize him from who don't know his filmography.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I know you've seen. What's the newest one that just came out? High Life.
Yes.
That one. I know. Good Time.
Great.
There's the
Rover.
The Rover. The country. What's that country western one that he was just in?
I'm not sure.
There's like playing a guitar and he's like singing a song. I don't know.
Remember Me is really good.
Remember Me is awesome.
Fucking Water for Elephants is really good.
Yeah.
Everything that he's done outside of Twilight is pretty great work. Like there's nothing outside of that I can say, oh, that was bad.
To me, he's one of those people who's an underrated actor who people don't know that he makes other movies.
Because he's very much an art house kind of guy.
That's what I was going to say.
And so he's kind of out of everyone's caliber if you're not into that. And, so this is like mainstream people that are talking shit. And they think that he probably hasn't done anything since Twilight.
Yeah.
And, that's a shame because this guy is a diverse actor.
Yeah.
I think he can give Bruce Wayne a lot of grit.
Oh, yeah.
He can, he's got the features for it.
All he has to do is put on a couple of pounds of muscle.
Yeah, just train a little bit. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. He doesn't need to bulk up like Affleck did.
No.
But
I think it would be cool to see like a younger Batman.
Yeah.
Now that we haven't had one since even Bale was older.
Bale was in his late 30s, right? When he did.
And we keep going. Yeah, he was already. He was in like almost middle age.
Yeah, I think Pattinson is the perfect age right now for these films.
He's like 33.
He's 33. He's young enough to carry a trilogy if that's the plan.
Or you can carry other movies,
or make cameos in other films and guest star, for 30 minutes in a film or whatever. But I think he's the perfect age to. Hopefully, they lock him down for a few films at least to keep him around.
It's I love how it feels like DC is going through like a metamorphosis, and they're using, I think, their more independent kind of look, like a more let's say like a what a Fox Searchlight movie would look like, but with a larger budget and a larger audience. So, I mean, I'm digging it, man. I'm digging the Joker. I'm digging all this stuff. I'm excited.
They're definitely going through a transitional phase.
I'm excited to see the Suicide Squad with more villains in there this time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is an exciting time for DC, and I don't think all these fans should be fucking complaining about this.
I wanted to say something real quick. This whole boycotting actors have been it goes all the way back to Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah,
people didn't want Michael Keaton
because he was a comedian actor, right?
And look at that's like a fucking
people
landmark.
Are like, that's my Batman.
Yeah, you know what I mean. People didn't believe that Heath Ledger was going to be any good.
Exactly,
and we know how that turned out.
Yeah,
so it's like let's just give this guy a shot. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Pattinson all the way.
Right.
What's up?
Oh yeah. Some more news on the actual film that he's going to be in, the Batman. The Penguin and Catwoman are most likely confirmed for that. And then some other news that I heard, it's can be up to half a dozen villains in that movie.
Ooh,
so hopefully it doesn't get too crowded. But I think it's cool that Reeves is kind of taking on this movie and kind of maybe introducing a whole bunch, the whole kind of rogues gallery of Batman's villains, that we kind of maybe get a taste of all of them, and then
we're not gonna get just like one per movie and shit like that. Like you actually get a plethora of
and you get your nice
villains.
choice, and then he can also handpick from that same group that he did in the first one for a second one, or introduce some new characters and keep some of those more popular ones from the first one and bring them over. But that's the last bit of news for that. Moving on, John Wick Chapter 3 is killing the box offices right now.
As it should.
Yes.
Pun intended.
Of course. Hopefully that John Wick can stay number one with competing against Aladdin.
Hey, he fucking booted Endgame. Dude.
Yeah, he did.
The first to boot Endgame since Endgame's been out. So and for a rated R film to do that,
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
And even Detective Pikachu put those guys down. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
That's
Pokemon couldn't dethrone them.
insane. He's the one, bro. He's the one.
Shit. TikTok.
Be seeing you. So he's going to be competing against Aladdin this week, and then next week Godzilla. So pretty
Kings
tough.
of Monsters.
Pretty tough.
And Rocket Man.
Next 2 weeks, yeah, Rocket Man 2. So moving on to some more news. Endgame has officially passed Avatar as the highest-grossing film ever. Thoughts on this? Did you guys expect this?
Yeah.
Something
I would
too
say
surprised?
it's been a fucking 12 year build up to this, so obviously it had to pay up like whatever they spent on this and shit. I mean, it wasn't like a fucking how much time did fucking James Cameron spend on Avatar? Like
long time.
Like almost like close to 10 years.
Yeah, like developing everything and figuring out how he wants to, do it. But
and it was shot in the very first 3D cameras ever.
Yeah.
Like shot for 3D, not fucking revised,
converted or whatever,
which looks like trash or whatever.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
and but like after so much build up, it deserved to have that throne.
And I think it's a testament to the movie, because I know people who have seen this already 3 or 4 times, going to the theater and watching a 3-hour movie 3 or 4 times. That's fucking dedication, and that shows people how much they wanted this movie
and how much investment there were from fans and even casual fans too, hardcores and casuals.
Because it's got that global curiosity.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody wants to be in on the loop, so they'll go and see it even if they have completely out of context, not even seen, they've probably seen a handful of the other movies, but they don't know the real timeline or anything. And so it's crazy.
Yeah. Moving on to my last bit of news. Keanu Reeves has stated in a recent interview a few days ago that he would love to come back to John Constantine, to the character, and do a second part to that movie. It was not well received with hardcore fans and critics, but I am a huge fan of that film. I loved it. I don't know, what do you guys? Do you think that's something that should happen?
I think it's a 50-50 for me.
You think he could pull it off still?
I think he could. The reason why it's because, like I said, I haven't even mentioned it, but I'm a huge Constantine fan. I'm a huge Justice League Dark fan. So obviously I want that fucking witty British guy to come out, and so for me, when I saw Keanu like fucking do Constantine, it you know what, it took
different take.
It took me. I think I saw it for the first time last year because I was so against it. I saw a couple of clips of it, and I was just like, no, I don't. I was like, I don't know.
He doesn't even have the accent.
Yeah, he doesn't. It just doesn't play true to the character. But then I actually saw the whole thing, and I was just like, you know what? Like, in his own twist, he could pull this shit off. But like I said, I don't know if I'd be. Maybe. It's a maybe for me.
I think Keanu is actually this does not mean that this movie's going to happen, but Keanu has stated in I think when he was doing promotions for Chapter 3 that he is really interested in doing a lot of his older movies and bringing them back and being those characters again. And that was one of the characters that he thought he would really want to do again, and he loved that character in that world, is what he said. But I don't know, I'd be into it.
Bill and Ted's coming back. So.
Oh yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. New Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer dropped. That was pretty fucking
part of my news.
pretty fucking epic. That's the last bit of my news.
Nice.
We can move on. We can talk about it with you.
Diego, you have anything for us before I jump into my piece?